The horrifying truth. The moon hung low in the ink-black sky, a pale witness to the unfolding drama in the heart of industrial England. Serial killer. Tom, a specter draped in the fabric of the night, moved through the city's labyrinthine streets like a phantom. His eyes, sharp and cold, reflected the glint of distant factory lights, a malevolent gleam that mirrored the steel of the machinery working tirelessly in the shadows. Serial killer. Tom, a dark enigma hidden within the folds of the Gothic city, possessed a psychology twisted by the industrial shadows. His mind, a labyrinth of fractured memories and unresolved traumas, found solace in the act of inflicting pain. Each victim was not merely a casualty, but a pawn in a malevolent game, a canvas for the expression of his deepest, darkest desires. The city's dissonant symphony served as the soundtrack to his unraveling sanity, a cacophony that fueled his insatiable hunger for chaos. The intricacies of Tom's killing methods were as macabre as the city that bore witness to his atrocities. He reveled in the art of subversion, turning the mundane into the grotesque. His victims were not only physically maimed, but also psychologically tortured, their minds a canvas for his sadistic whims. The alleyways bore witness to his diabolical craftsmanship, the silent witnesses to his calculated brutality. Tom's methods transcended mere violence. They were a perverse form of artistry, a grotesque masterpiece painted with the blood of the unsuspecting. Each crime scene became a morbid tableau, a testament to the serial killer's mastery over fear and death. The city, with its looming factories and twisting alleys, became the dark stage upon which Tom enacted his gruesome performance, leaving behind a trail of nightmares that lingered in the Gothic shadows. The cobblestone streets, slick with rain, echoed with the haunting whispers of Tom's footfalls. He navigated the narrow alleys with a predatory grace, a creature of the night attuned to the city's discordant symphony. Distant sirens wailed like mournful ghosts. The rhythmic clatter of looms became an eerie heartbeat, and unseen creatures added dissonant notes to the macabre melody. In Tom's mind, he waltzed with the very soul of the city, a choreography of darkness. Meanwhile, Detective Jake, the town's reluctant guardian, bore the weight of responsibility like a penance for sins long buried. The city's shadows clung to him like a shroud, each alleyway echoing with the ghosts of his past. His arrival in this Gothic enclave was more than a twist of fate. It was a reckoning, a call for redemption that he couldn't ignore. Tom's crimes unfolded with ritualistic precision, a gruesome artistry etched onto the canvases of his victims. The mark of tortured souls, a grotesque signature, bore witness to the dark dance he orchestrated. Jake, haunted by memories he wished to forget, now sought redemption through the pursuit of this elusive killer. The Gothic alleys seemed to conspire against him, their twisting passages reflecting the labyrinth of his tortured mind. As the city slept, Jake grappled with his demons, navigating the narrow alleys like a man possessed. Gas lamps flickered hesitantly, casting fragmented beams on the wet cobblestone. The air hung heavy with the stench of industry, a suffocating blend of coal and despair that seeped into his bones. Tom, hidden in the shadows, reveled in the chaos he wrought. His victims were mere pawns in a grander game, a macabre ballet performed to the dissonant melody of the city. He delighted in the fear that clung to the air, savoring each note of anguish like a sinister symphony. The city, his canvas, painted with the hues of darkness and despair. Jake's pursuit mirrored the ticking clock, a relentless reminder of his self-imposed deadline. Each step through the Gothic maze became a desperate race against time and his own conscience. The cityscape closed in around him like the walls of a confessional booth, the whispers of the night urging him to confront the shadows that trailed his every move. As the moon dipped behind a shroud of thick clouds, Tom vanished into the night, leaving behind only the chilling echo of his laughter. Detective Jake stood alone in the heart of the industrial labyrinth, a man haunted by shadows, a city holding its breath. The tapestry of darkness unfolded, revealing a tale woven with threads of guilt, redemption, and the relentless pursuit of a phantom that danced in the embrace of the Gothic night. As the moon dipped behind the shroud of clouds, Tom vanished into the night, leaving only the chilling echo of his laughter. Detective Jaka stood alone in the heart of the industrial labyrinth, a man haunted by shadows, a city holding its breath, and a tale of darkness unraveling in the folds of a Gothic tapestry. As the moon's wan glow cast feeble beams upon the damp cobblestone streets, a revelation emerged from the shadows, a revelation that shattered the fragile illusion of reality. Detective Jake, the pursuer of shadows, and serial killer Tom, the embodiment of darkness, were not separate entities but two facets of a fractured soul named Jacob. A duality came upon the darkest faces of the city and told the story of Jacob's psychological division. The city, with its industrial clamor and Gothic echoes, was not merely a stage for Jacob's twisted performance. It was a reflection of the dissonance within his own mind. Jacob's journey through the labyrinthine alleys was not a pursuit of a phantom, but a dance with the shadows that whispered his deepest fears. The Gothic atmosphere, once a backdrop, now mirrored the complexity of his divided psychology. In the clandestine corners of his mind, Jacob grappled with a condition known as dissociative identity disorder, a psychological phenomenon where distinct personalities coexisted within the same individual. Driven by an unresolved past and the weight of unspeakable guilt, Jacob's mind had splintered into two personas, the tormented detective seeking redemption and the sadistic killer reveling in chaos. His pursuit of Tom, a manifestation of his own darker impulses, was a desperate attempt to confront the shadows that lurked within. The victims, each bearing the mark of his own twisted psyche, were sacrificial offerings to a malevolent alter ego that emerged under the cloak of night. The city itself, with its Gothic architecture and industrial symphony, became a metaphorical labyrinth that echoed the convoluted corridors of Jacob's dissociated mind. The revelation of Jacob's dual identity unraveled the very fabric of reality. The crimes, meticulously executed, were not acts of external malevolence, but the manifestation of an internal struggle, an intricate dance between the conscious detective and the subconscious killer. The Gothic tapestry, woven with guilt, redemption, and darkness, now bore the fingerprints of a mind at war with itself. As Jacob stood in the heart of the industrial enclave, the city seemed to pulsate with a newfound awareness. The gas lamps flickered with an unsettling rhythm, casting ethereal shadows that danced upon the cobblestone. The dissonant symphony of industry became a chorus of Jacob's internal discord, a cacophony that reverberated through the very fabric of his fractured psyche. The revelation of his true identity, a convergence of detective and killer, plunged Jacob into a surreal introspection. His memories, once fragmented and compartmentalized, now merged into a cohesive narrative of pain and trauma. The victims, extensions of his own suffering, were not random casualties but reflections of the torment he sought to escape. In the chilling silence of self-discovery, Jacob confronted the abyss within. The Gothic city, with its twisted alleys and looming factories, became a surreal dreamscape where reality and delusion intertwined. The pursuit of redemption, once an external quest, now transformed into an internal odyssey, a journey into the depths of his own fractured soul. As dawn painted the sky with hues of muted gray, Jacob stood at the crossroads of his own existence. The city, now stripped of its Gothic mystique, revealed the stark reality of a mind teetering on the edge. The tapestry of darkness, woven with threads of guilt and malevolence, lay at his feet. A testament to the complexities of a psyche divided and a soul yearning for integration.